Hi, and welcome back to 959 Phonics. Today we're going to do some to with by reading. If you have the worksheet for this activity, it would be best. But if you don't have the worksheet, you can still listen and read along with me and watch. So today I'm going to read a poem to you. Then you are going to read it with me, either aloud or in your head, if that's more comfortable for you or appropriate for where you are. And then you're going to take this poem and read it to someone else all by yourself. So this poem is called The Centipede's Song. And you might know something about centipedes. Maybe you've seen a centipede before. A centipede is a little critter, and it has a lot of legs. And it gets this name because centa means 100 and has a lot of legs. So that's what this poem is about. If there was an army of centipedes and they were all marching along, just think of how many legs that would be. Here's the poem. 40,000 little legs walking down the stairs. 40,000 little feet walking down in pairs. Crunching on the gravel, marching in the shade. Sounding like an army of soldiers on parade. How happy are the centipedes who do not have a care, except to keep their thousands of boots in good repair. I mean, can you imagine if you had that many feet trying to put shoes on all of them? So this is just a silly poem, but let's go back and let's really pay attention to the magic rhymes that jump out at us in this poem. And let's highlight the magic rhymes that jump out at us. So read it with me in your head or out loud. The Centipede's Song. 40,000 little legs walking down the stairs. Let's stop there. Let's look at thousand. So let's highlight some rhyme patterns that we see there. So in the first syllable, if we clap thousand, I see this OU at the end of the first syllable. And I am going to highlight that. And you can highlight it on your paper. And then at the end, I see another rhyme chunk. So I'm going to highlight that rhyme chunk. And then in this box over here, I'm going to write ow, the OU. And I'm going to write and. Thousand. Let's look at this word stairs. Do you see it? Stairs right here. What is the rhyme pattern in stairs? Go ahead and highlight it if you have your paper. So it's this air chunk. And then I'm going to write air over here. So let's read those first two lines together. Are you ready? 40,000 little legs walking down the stairs. Let's keep reading. 40,000 little feet walking down in pairs. Let's do little, right here. Go ahead and highlight the magic rhyme in little. It's that it chunk, and then we are going to write the it chunk over here. How about the rhyme pattern in down? Go ahead and highlight it. It's the own chunk. So we're going to write down over here. How about pairs? Let's look at pairs. What's the rhyme pattern in pairs? It's that air chunk. And since we already have that air chunk written over here, we don't need to write it again. But it's important to notice that stairs and pairs has that same chunk in it. So let's read just these two lines. 40,000 little feet walking down in pairs. Let's read this part. Keep going. Crunching on the gravel, marching in the shade. Sounding like an army of soldiers on parade. Let's go back to crunching. See if you can highlight the magic rhyme in crunching. And then off to the side, we are going to write unch, like lunch or bunch or crunch. Let's look at this word right here. Shade. What's the magic rhyme in shade? Go ahead and highlight it. It's that aid chunk. We're going to write it over here. Let's look at sounding. What do you think the magic rhyme is in sounding? It's going to be ound. Let's highlight that. And let's write it over here, ound. So in down, we had, when we wrote down, we had ow, and in ound, we have own. Actually, we have own and own. So it's just spelled differently, though, with that OU and that OW. So that's something that is important to pay attention to. Okay. Let's do one more. Let's look at parade. What's the magic rhyme in parade? There's that aid part. You could do the, no, because we just have the A up here. So we went, because we clap it, parade, we have that aid chunk. That's the one we're going to want to pay attention to. And let's write aid over here. Has that long A sound, right? Okay. Let's read those 4 lines, starting with crunching. Let's read those together. Crunching on the gravel, marching in the shade, sounding like an army of soldiers on parade. How happy are the centipedes who do not have a care except to keep their thousands of boots in good repair. Let's do the word, let's do centipedes. Let's see if we can find some magic rhymes there. Maybe even more than one. So here's the first one, right? The N chunk, did you get that one? And then I see this ED chunk at the end. That's important. All right, so let's write N and let's write ED. That long E sound. Let's look at repair. What is the magic rhyme in repair? Yep, it's going to be air, which I think we already have written over here because we had pair and stairs. Pairs and stairs. Now we have repair. Okay, let's start how happy right there. How happy are the centipedes who do not have a care except to keep their thousands of boots in good repair. So the reason that we practice this is so that when you go off and read independently and write independently, these magic rhymes should just be jumping out. You should be seeing them everywhere. You should be going, whoa, these magic rhymes are everywhere, because they are. They help us to read all kinds of words, short words, long words, medium-sized words, and they help us to write and spell words. So they're important to just put into our memory. You now have time to go off and read independently and write independently and maybe even read this poem to somebody, an adult that's around you. All right, thanks.